Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Down, 18 Gator. Come on, boy.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Check 50, check 50. Ready.
Throwing on third and long. Love. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Cousins to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is taken in at the 5. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. And even 50 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what. Wide open, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. his second touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. What's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On second down, Cook. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra... beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On fourth down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Any day. Slam, slam, slam. Hard. Slam, slam, slam.
On 1st and 10, Love. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Throwing again. Love. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Slam, slam. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Ready.
From the gun, Love. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied, 7-7. Coming this way. Here we go. Ready, go.
To throw on 2nd down. Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. It's a big play there for the Saints. 57 yards.
So how many more years are we going to define this position as running back? I really feel like we're evolving into something else because they have to be such a hybrid, don't they? Guys who can run it, but I'd love to have those guys with hands like a wide receiver.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And this one's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Yellow. Hey, Delta.
To throw, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And he's into the clear. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! That kickoff return, 104 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. So that one will be accepted.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
26 months.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Down. 18, David. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right. 3 down. 3 down. Hey.
2nd and 11. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Stepping up, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
After the sack on 1st down, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They go play action. Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Murray. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And some room to work. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They're going to try and run. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football and everything else should flow.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 58 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. A 10th carry for Kamara. 25 yards the pick up there, and also a first down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the slant. He's checking.
They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Looks good on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Hey, Ken. Let's go. You tighten up. Bravo.
Play fake. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time, they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. Being chased out left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, alert 3.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
It's complete. Hooper. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The open man is Smith. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Operating from the gun, Love. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They run it again with Cook. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game.
And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing, Cousins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down. Love. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls,
there he goes left side, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 74 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Love. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taking it around the 40. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Cousins. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Play action now, Cousins. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, Coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Saints, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, alongside Charlie.